ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಎ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮದು.
It's an yes and a no answer. It is not going to take away jobs, but it is going to transform jobs. There's a lot of difference between being a developer and being an engineer.
ಅದು ಸರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೌ. ಡೂ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್?
Skill matters as well as that skills will. Where do you get this skill?
So what is one piece of advice you're going to give it to engineering students which is not concerned with engineering, a generalistic one?
Keep your eyes and ears wide open. Hear them whoever wants to say something. See whatever you want to see.
Hi friends, welcome back to Sri Siddhartha School of Engineering podcast. Today we have budding entrepreneurs with us who have lot of experience under their belt. So who have traveled many countries and worked in many reputed companies. So welcome to the show, sir, Adarsh sir and Vinay sir. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
Pleasure is ours.
Okay. So we are so fortunate that you made your time and visited our campus. Sir, how you guys both hooked up together? Like how was your journey? So how easy and difficult it was to become an entrepreneur in India?
So it's a mixed bag of experience. So coming to how we both got hooked up, we've been friends for last 20 years. More or less, we started our careers together, where we wanted that real world experience. So, and also we were very young when we started our careers. So we started at Minax, where we learned a lot of things.
In a corporate company?
In a corporate company.
So you are not batchmates?
No, we are not a batchmates. We met when we were working together. And then that friendship stayed. And we started working in different spaces. And then slowly, destiny, there is something called destiny. So it, brought us together to now work and solve a real world problem.
Okay. So you guys both are at a very lucrative job. So why you left that lucrative job and shifted into entrepreneurship journey?
Because we spend a lot of time with entrepreneurs. So when you say, when you spend more time, you become that. So you aspire what they do, right? So you're with business owners. So always you will aspire okay, you also should be a business owner once, and you see the freedom, what it can give you.
What exactly you guys are into now?
So we are now solving a problem of India's employability. That's the biggest problem or challenge that India has, where talent is available but there is no takers. There's a lot of gap between what the industry is looking for to what the product that is coming to the market, or the students or the candidates who are coming to the market. And we see that gap continuing, at least 2 to 3 years, even after they get into the job market. So there's a lot of challenges, and we identified that employability is a biggest problem that needs to be addressed. One, and then even India Skill Report. You take any of the reports that Indian government publishes, they have this as a major concern, and it is a problem statement.
And if you ask why with this space, because today, if we both are engineers, and we are doing this just because the roots are engineers, right? So the idea was to go back to your roots and clean it so that give some value addition there for a proper engineer.
Okay. So approximately around 1.5 million engineers pass out of engineering every year. Means they're going to graduate from engineering colleges. So in that, hardly 2 or 3% will going to land up in good jobs. Okay. So what about other people? Do India is having a market to absorb so those many engineers?
It is going towards that, but there is a small correction that I would like to bring here. Even though 1.5 million people enroll, that's the statistics that you are mentioning about enrollment. But how many of them are completion? How many dropouts? So the dropout percentage is also very high when it comes to graduates who are coming out to the job market. So more or less about 30 to 40% graduates who join a graduate or undergraduation course drop out. So, and the rest, who are coming out of that, about 10 to 15% would be employable out of that. No, as per Skill India report, 46% is what the employability percentage is. Uh, However, out of that 46%, almost 20 to 30% of the students are either underemployed or unemployed, right? So it's a very staggering number. They're employable, but they're unemployed or underemployed.
How you guys will gonna help those kind of tier 2 and tier 3 colleges students? Because tier 1 students definitely they have that exposure, definitely they're gonna land up in one or the other job. But like when it comes to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, they are equally talented, but they are not exposure to the real corporate world. So how will you gonna fill that gap?
So
And that's the reason we are here actually. We don't want to concentrate on tier one because they know what they want. So tier two and tier three cities needs that handholding. They need that exposure, and that's how we have partnered to address that problem to an extent. Because you need not solve the real problem. Someone has to start it.
So to add on to what Vinay was mentioning right now, so so I have a little contrarian opinion about what you said. Tier one, even there is a lot of confusion with the students. What kind of career should I choose? And they are spoiled for choices. Compared to tier two, tier three town students, there are no choices, right? Now, just to bridge that, choice and no choice, even they having choice in tier one, again, they are again confused. What kind of opportunities should I take? What career uh, path should I, go into? Again, in the tier two towns and talent is there. They have good, uh, attitude. Their mindset is there to work, and their behavior and these are very good in tier two cities or tier one institution in tier two cities, right? But they lack the line of sight, right?
ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಎ ಬಂದಮೇಲೆ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮದು. ಲೈಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ಎ ಐ ಈಸ್ affecting job market in the real corporate world?
It's an yes and a no answer. Yes, it is impacting uh, jobs. For example, I'll give you an example now. So, organization don't want to hire developers, meaning they don't need developers. They need engineers now. There's a lot of difference between being a developer and being an engineer, right? So coding can be done using a lot of AI tools. That is, yeah, vibe coding or any kind of coding that can be done. There's Copilot, there's Git Copilot, and there is Chat GPT, there's Claude Code. You name there are n number of tools which can code, but now the organizations want people who can solve problems for them, right? Solving problems, there is a different kind of mindset. So that's why I said it's an yes and a no answer. It is not going to take away jobs, but it is going to transform jobs from what it is, what it was about a year back to what it is going to be in the future. So that transition and transformation has to happen from a, student's perspective, from their mindset, and it is not going to be easy. And they need to add on a lot of things if they want to, excel in whatever they have, chosen as their career path.
Sir, like you have traveled to multiple countries, if I'm not wrong, more than 25 countries. What is one thing you always think, because you are from an engineering background, so I should have learnt it in my engineering days. So what was that?
I didn't learn anything in engineering. See, whatever you learn in engineering is patience, right? So you need to have patience to sit in a class and hear them someone. Same thing happens when you go and meet someone, hear them out. Don't try to be the first person to talk. So when you hear a person, 90% of your or their problem is solved. That's what I've learned. Hear them out. So what they want to convey, what they want, the answer is with them itself. But you should not interrupt them when they are saying something. And just by hearing, you are solving their problem.
Sir, you have hired more than 100 people when in your corporate life, like rough number, okay, more than 100, more than 1000 as well. But what is one thing if you see a fresher resume that will gonna turn you off? Okay, I don't need this guy.
So there are a couple of things that actually triggers off most of the HRs, including me, is when they start putting their family, father's name, mother's name, where they we really don't care. Where do you stay? Who's your father? Don't take me wrong, but then this is the fact. We want to, as an HR, I would want to see what can you do for me. If you are trying to put all these other things, where is your house address and all, those are all irrelevant, and then that gives a perception about this person is trying to fill the sheet rather than putting in the right stuff.
Just to add to others, I'll talk in a marketing language. So if you want to buy a commodity, say toothpaste, you never go and check where it was manufactured, which location, which factory it was manufactured. We see what does it give. Will it brighten my teeth? Will it reduce my cavity? Will it give me a fresh breath? These three things, main things is what you see. You'll not see where it was manufactured, who manufactured it, where it was done. So at the end of the day, the resume should tell what you can give, not where are you from, what did you do, who is your father, your family background. Nobody asks. I'm just comparing resume to a commodity what you want to buy, and HR wants to buy a candidate.
That's good, like marketing strategy. This is what most of Indians are following, because if Colgate will gonna spend lot of amount on research, all those things. So someone will gonna come with the composition and like they're gonna add neem to it and they're gonna market in India. So that is what marketing is all
Simple
about
as
in
that.
India. So they wanted to sell their product. That's it.
At the
Okay,
end of the day, everyone
making
has
life
to
very
sell.
simple. Yeah. Uh, sir, Vinay you always says that like character is very important than a skill. So, like when you are interviewing a guy, okay, how will you gonna judge his character within one go?
Body language,
Body language. Okay.
because what it demonstrates is confidence.
Because you are not gonna have an ample amount of time.
Yes.
Within a short period of
10
time, like,
seconds. 10 seconds. Is he nervous? Is he confident? Or at least he has clarity where he is.
is it a character?
It's a character. Because when you come for interview, you have to be prepared. You should not be clueless where you are. So if you do your fundamental, again, basics is a character is a personality. It has to be from basics. It is not done overnight.
So just to add on to what Vinay was saying, how would you gauge a person in 5 minutes, 10 minutes? So I would see how we would walk in, how he would sit in his chair, and how he would interact when there is a question asked to him. Does he have a eye contact, or is he looking at somewhere else and answering a particular question? So these are all traits that exhibits about a person in terms of his abilities to do. So we look at these aspects. So if somebody is looking at somewhere, is not confident. What can he deliver for me? If I'm looking at hiring him for a sales role or a marketing role, if he's looking at somewhere else and if he's not having a eye contact and having a conversation, then he's not going to be a productive employee for me. I'm just giving you one example. There are other traits that we would definitely look at, like he said, body language. It's also very important. Hand gestures, how the individual is giving his hand gestures. Is he confident or is overconfident? These are traits that we would definitely, and these are all by birth traits.
Okay. You were saying that like who is the best soft skill trainer means it's your mother in the same way. Okay. Sir, like I'm an engineering student. I've not done any internship or like any hackathons or ideathons, makeathons, all these things. And like there is only 6 months left. But I just want a job. How will you gonna help those kind of kids?
You should be, there's a famous quote, stay hungry, stay foolish.
Steve Jobs.
Yes. So unless you are hungry, you don't land up for a food. So the food is now, if you want a job, you have to be hungry, you have to be foolish to do whatever it takes to grab that. So that for that you should be, there should be hunger. If you're not hungry, then you're wasting your time. I mean, you can do something else. If your stomach is full, then you don't need. You should have a appetite to digest what you will eat.
That comes to your question. Why didn't he do anything during 4 years of his engineering, right? Now,
No, what I'm saying is like you wanted to bridge that skill gap, or like you wanted to bridge something between academia as well as corporate, because most of the students they are in their own world. Okay, and like at the fag end of their engineering journey, they are gonna realize that yes, I wanted to do something for my family. That is what maturity is all about, because most of the students will gonna get maturity after 21 years onwards. The reason is government itself said like you can marry after 21 years for boys. So then they will gonna think that after 21 years, yes, I am matured enough, I need to take care of my family. At that point of time, eureka, they are gonna realize that I need a job. So for such kind of kids, like how will you gonna help them out?
so first thing is, first he or she needs to decide what stream they want to go in and what kind of work they want to do. Now then, research about that particular role or particular domain that they want to go. For example, if they want to become data science, or if they want to become an HR, or they want to get into sales, marketing, they need to understand what that domain brings onto the table for them. And then they'll have to prepare themselves in terms of what they can also bring onto the table for that particular role if they want to go into any organization. Now, that understanding, that clarity they need to bring in before they want to go into any kind of jobs, right? The one that they choose as based on their aspiration. Everybody has their own aspiration. I want to be this, I want to do that. But there is baby steps. Then you need to, if you want to be a CEO, you need to start as an executive to become a CEO. Until unless you have, good fund, excess fund that you can start. But again, whether it will survive or it will, flourish is another question, another debate, right?
Okay, I will just add on to his. Right from old age, if you talk, how man evolved is using a tool, right? So initially he used to hunt, then he invented a tool which makes his life easy, right? So to answer your question, if he's in the last, I mean, ending of his engineering, and now he gets awakened saying, okay, yes, I need a job. So we together we have built a solution wherein it's a tool where he'll get an access to what he wants to do. If I want to crack one interview example, so we will give him tips how to crack the interview. Okay, know where the jobs are.
How to get that tool? Like it's in Play Store or like where exactly it is?
So currently what we're doing is we are doing a B2B solution. So B2C will be,
If I'm a student, like I wanted to enroll with you, so how exactly can enroll with you?
So they can go to our website and reach out to us and subscribe for our platform. Again, we work with education institutions, so we uh, provide our licenses to education.
Because if you go to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, most of the college are reluctant to take your tool, but like one or two students are very much interested to take your tool, okay, in a college. So even those students should not miss out those opportunities, right? For them, like what is the solution, like where exactly they're supposed to go and how they can enroll to your platform?
So they can go to elcarrera.com,
If you can spell it.
ELCARREIRA, elcarrera.com. So it basically means the career in Portugal. So That's how we have
Oh,
named our
okay,
company.
Portugal. Oh, first to come, last to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So
No, they
it's
taught us, right?
Yeah,
Because they
yeah, they
today
bought
what we
us.
are because they taught us. I mean, or else
Ah,
would have been fighting with each other like how other
hmm.
small countries are doing.
True, true, very true.
So
Because they're the people like who taught us like how to eat a table.
yes,
of course.
They bought us wine, everything to
yes,
India.
many things
They
because
bought a lot of things, and also they bought how to divide and rule also.
Yeah, yeah, many things. That's true. Okay. Vinay sir, you climbed from engineer to additional director. Okay. You have seen many roles, okay, many companies and all those things. Like, what is one thing always motivates you to climb that ladder?
confidence in me, what your superior has given. So you have to exhibit that because that opportunity is not getting to everyone, right?
Yeah. One decision you're supposed to take every time, right? What is that decision? How will you going to take that decision?
Just go with your insight because always you have yes or no. The first instant what you get, go with that. You'll not regret. Either you'll do something or you'll learn from something, right? Only two things can happen. There's no third thing. So either you succeed or you lose. If you lose, you'll learn. Next time you'll not do it. So go with your gut.
Sir, your platform has AI and because like almost most of the tools nowadays have AI tool. But like one exceptional part is your tool also has psychometric analysis of a student. How exactly it works?
So basically, we do run a lot of assessments on the platform, and we use something called as assessment psychometry within our. It's not an exact psychometry, this one, but it's a different format of psychometry where we do cognitive profiling of the candidates using technical questions, and which will help the students or the recruiters to understand what their cognition level is, what their capability is, at what level, what is their ceiling of learning, at what level they get frustrated. So whether they get frustrated at a medium level or so that helps them to push forward. So those are the insights that we provide through our assessments to the students as well as the institutions, so that they can plan whatever the interventions or programs that they want to do with their students using this data insights.
Sir, like you are into NCC since from your childhood days. Like what exactly NCC taught you?
Leadership, discipline, determination, leadership. Because today, if I am able to be here, it has given me a lot of things. You should be disciplined. Now, one thing if you want to do every day, day in, day out is should not forget the discipline. It gives you exposure because diversified people you'll meet. You'll not meet only your classmates. Because I was heading Karnataka and Goa Directorate, I still remember, for a national integration camp in Gaya, in Bihar, both Gaya basically. So we were around 85 cadets from all over India. And we were in culturals, we were in discipline. So there we had a lot of things. I mean, in fact, when I was in NCC, Abdul Kalam ji made it compulsory that students should have NCC as compulsion. And now I was reading somewhere NSS should be compulsory in engineering institutions. They'll have a credits for it. They should have some service done. So these are the programs which were there, and off late it has been removed, but it'll come back again.
So do students have any advantage of joining into NCC?
So you should not always think about the results of it.
Mm,
So the moment you think about the results, you are like penny foolish,
okay.
right? So you just see what you can get from there.
Mm,
So today, if I am here,
mm,
just because I always wanted to, I mean, I joined NCC just,
mm,
I was fascinated about the titles,
okay.
right? I should have at least major or colonel or brigadier,
Mm,
that title because I couldn't crack medicine, so the doctor title is not there.
mhm,
So I thought the next option is
mm,
defense, where I can go
mm,
with a title which comes in front of my name, prefix.
okay.
But there was a colonel who gave me a GAN. saying you're an engineer, you're from Bangalore, settle down here, but why this? You can do something else. I still remember, okay, his that 5 minutes talk with him when we were driving for a camp. It was a firing camp we had.
Okay.
It changed, or else
So you were in NCC like after you joined for company also?
no.
Only in college?
I extended because I was doing my graduation in my PU. I have marched in. I was selected for Republic Day parade in Delhi. Then I've done a lot of camps. I have marched in parade ground in MG Road for governors, for chief ministers.
That gives a lot of insight for us. So how to keep ourselves disciplined and motivated. Also, like you have built a lot of profitable companies, okay, but like you have helped like most of the companies to make it profitable, and like you have built a profitable company also. Like how to make a company profit oriented, because everyone wanted to build a company, because if you go and ask in India, like everyone will gonna say that like I just wanted to start a startup, okay, but like making it profitable, it's a difficult task. How to make it profitable?
So first step is to identify a problem and come up with a solution for that problem. Then once you identify and come up with a solution for the problem, the next biggest hurdle is to convince people to buy your product or service, whatever you are trying to do, right? So you need to be very good at sales. You need to sell. If you are a founder, you want to start your startup, you want to be a, you want to call yourself a startup founder, you need to know how to sell, how to position your product, how to market your product. So this is non-negotiable for any founder, non-negotiable. Uh, you can't say I will outsource it or I'll hire sales guys, because you have built, you have identified the problem, you have built a product around to fulfill that gap which you have identified, and you know how you have built the product and how you want to position that product. So at least your 0 to 10 journey has to be founder led. It has to be you on the grounds, talking to people, explaining what you are trying to solve, and trying to sell yourself as well as your company and the product. So initially people will not buy because you have a great product, they will buy because you are a great person, right? So you are there and you are taking that ownership, and you are putting yourself in front as you are the brand ambassador of your product, right? So they will invest on you, they will buy because of you, not because what your product can do. And finally, the churn or the conversions and renewals and everything will keep happening. Any business does happen, but the renewals will happen based on your product, what it can bring value to them.
And adding your question to others, profitable business was your question, right? So if a founder wants to make profits in short term, he should not venture into it. Today we talk about cred, we talk about Zomato, we talk about Swiggy. The booking negative losses last 3, 4, 5 years, but their vision is something else. If you are visionless, you should not enter to this space. They will say, okay, yes, I am declaring negative. There's a loss booked every year, but there is one year it covers all the losses because they have reached to that. So today, one in at least 4 or 5 people will know what is cred. Though if you see their balance sheets numbers, still they are booking loss. So if the founder is not visionary, if he is expecting short-term profit, he should not venture into it at all. He'll become one more small time proprietor, I can say. I'll not say a businessman, a proprietor kind of thing. Others will agree with it.
Yeah, of course.
So you want to be a proprietor or you want to be a businessman. That's a difference.
Sir, like you have been traveling to different countries and you might have communicated with a lot of people. So, what is one communication mistake always Indians do in a global meetings?
They always expect what is it in for me. Always they want to make a sale. Either the selling is not of the product, selling about themselves. So don't immediately budge on it for your sale.
Oh, but like this is contradictory to the what like others have said. Like you should be a very good salesman if you want to run a profitable business.
Now, again, I am adding to my previous subject, what we are talking about, the long run, right? So, first instant, I mean, I've been traveling across from last 15 years. You can say from the last Pacific Ocean, Lima is Peru's capital, all the way to New Zealand. So, I've seen the different geographies. So, what you should do is, the first instant, if you start doing it, then you wind up. It all depends on your trust, how you exhibit. There are many places where I have not even seen them. They have just on the communications on the phone or on the email, they have cracked millions of rupees of orders to me. Just to say, okay, yes, we have been dealing with a lot of people, but I feel I can trust. That space you should give them. It's all about the space what you give them. What happens, most of the Indians, what they do is I've seen a lot of, I should not name a particular geography, but you talk to western geography of India or southern geography of India. These two are the main businessmen basically, either from South Tamil Nadu to Andhra if you talk about, and you go to Gujarat and Rajasthan region. They are the one who has been in trade with a lot of countries, right? So what they do is generally they create an impression to immediately start making business. So you should give them a space to understand, yes, I can rely on this person. So where if you do that, instead of 1 lakh rupees, if you give the space, what is the valuations? You will be ending up in multi crores business. So you want 1 lakh rupees business or you want a crore business? It's up to you to decide upon.
Others are like there are a lot of certification courses as of now. Do certificates still matters or skill matters?
Skill matters, as well as that skills will where do you get these skills? You would also need certificates. Again, certificates is not the metrics for you to have that skill. I again.
Okay, let us be honest. Okay, have done only my POC. Okay, I don't have an engineering degree, but I have all the skills. So you have started your entrepreneurship journey. So will you hire me or not? But other guy who has completed his engineering, but you don't have any other skills. Okay, but like I have not completed my engineering, but like I have a good skill set. Whom you will gonna hire?
So I will interview both of them. I will see if who can solve a problem for me. If the guy who has done just UC, 12th and then has the right skill set and is able to solve a problem for me, I would definitely go with him. Because the other person is not able to solve a problem for me, right? So with me, I operate and I work with my team in a very different way. So I give them this is what I want it to be
I
done.
don't have a certificate. Like you
It's
are in
okay.
LinkedIn. How will I gonna approach you? How will you gonna call me for an interview?
I mean, so the job will be, there on the internet. No, you need to find the job. No, job
Yeah,
is not
like
going to find you.
obviously, like if I don't have a certificate, you're gonna reject me,
It's
right?
like
I
a,
can't.
No,
see,
I should
ultimately,
have
no,
some credibility, right,
no.
to come up to you.
Exact. So you are reaching out to me with certain aspects, like which is there on your probably on a resume, or you're going to call me and you're going to tell me, sir, or others, I have, you know, I know this, and I have been able to do this. So for a 12th guy, what is his resume is the work that he has done. So without doing certain things or solving problems, working on some projects, he cannot say that I can solve a problem for me. If he has not done anything, then there is absolutely. I mean, it's a no-brainer that I'm going to reject him. However, if he has some stuff in him and he has the skill set, that's what.
So when you are in an HR chair, which one will gonna see first? Educational qualification or skill set?
Again, depends where in which chair I am sitting in, right? If I'm sitting in a corporate company, and there is a minimum 15 years of education that is mandatory, and there is degree undergraduation mandatory. They have their set of rules and processes that they have put in place. If you're asking me as a founder, I really don't have any constraints on all those things. A 12th guy with good skill set, who can solve a problem for me, I'm happy to take him, and he's going to be there with me for a long time. I don't have to worry about my retention. I have
Okay,
a
he is less selfish now because
selfish.
founders are always selfish. So if you ask me, there should be a gate pass, right? You need a ticket. So your graduation certificate is a ticket at least to enter that venue.
Sir, like you have worked with a lot of international companies as well as diplomats. What is one myth in corporate life?
Myth in corporate life is they know that they can do everything, which is not.
They can't do
They
everything.
cannot do everything. You need to have an ecosystem.
Okay.
And to add on to that particular question, corporates work on processes, and everything. There is a checkpoint. There's a approval process. When I say processes, there is
Systems.
systems in place. So there's a lot of things that the people want to do, but they can't do.
The hand lock, basically.
Okay. If a guy started his journey from 3 to 4 lakh package, if he wanted it to double or triple, like 3x or 4x, okay, within 3 years, so how is supposed to plan?
First is, wherever he has joined, he needs to prove himself. He needs to take up more responsibilities. He needs to work in terms of making people's life easy, internally and externally, when he's working with internal stakeholders as well as external stakeholders. So that builds his character and his resume as well, where he can put all these things in his resume when he wants to move. So he is going to learn. He's going to experience a lot of things by taking more opportunities within the organization, right? And then that actually helps him to move up the ladder faster and with better compensation.
If I want to add on this, I will tell you, it's like a bodybuilder. You go to gym, what do you do? You stretch, right? So if you are in the 3 to 4 lakhs package, if you are sticking to 9 to 5 job, you will be there with every year 3, 4, 5% hike. That's it. Unless you stretch yourself for your roles and responsibilities, take new responsibilities, new auditions, then after 5 years, what 12 lakh cities you are talking about, you can go and demand, okay, yes, single-handed, I can do all these things. Instead of having 5 people with me, with my thing, I can give you that. Then instead of having 3 lakhs into 4 numbers, with 15 lakhs package, he can demand, I can deliver that what he can give. But he has to demonstrate that, okay, yes, that can happen only by how you stretch your body, right? To build your body. You have to stretch yourself in your first 3, 4 years of your career, getting access to everything. I mean, that happened to me. I mean, that's the reason I'm able to communicate.
Okay.
I've been in all the
NCC
departments.
guy, like he's selling that.
How to stretch.
You need to stretch every day. Your
every
body
day.
is not in a shape. He is hinting me.
Even me.
Okay. Oh, that's how it is. Okay,
That's
fine.
how it is. Simple.
Okay. So, like, what is the biggest failure in your career, and what does it taught you?
Failure in career, if you ask me, I was little clueless because I was in different tracks. Then again, there is destiny which pulls you out. So many times, a lot of people say, when you the decision what you're taken now, they have been at least 5 years ahead.
5 years ahead means like you should have taken this decision 5 years before. Mm.
We were surprised why you were still not, because with your skill sets, you should have been an entrepreneur long back. So I think it was, but it's again contradictory. I think now I'm mature enough to take much risky decisions.
Okay, so like if I build some business, like lot of people burn their money. Where exactly they're gonna burn their money?
A lot of places they're going to burn their money.
Why I'm asking, like you worked as a CMO, Chief Marketing Officer for many companies. So that's the reason like I'm asking this question. Because you will be knowing this gap, like where exactly, because a lot of students wanted to start their entrepreneurship journey, but they don't know how to place their product in a better way. So in a market. So they're gonna burn a lot of money, and like one fine day they're gonna quit this entrepreneurship journey and they're gonna get back to 9 to 5 job. So if that should not happen, means like how they're gonna fix this issue.
First and foremost, they should understand their ICP. When I say ICP is their ideal customer profile. So where they're going to burn a lot of money is in their marketing itself. They're going to run a lot of ads. They're going to, make Meta and other platforms richer by not knowing whom they want to target, right? They need to identify. So if you ask any, a startup founder or anybody who has a product, if they ask you who's your customer, who's your ideal customer, they say everybody, then they're going in a wrong direction. There is a market for particular product. A particular segment only will buy that particular product, right? So if you can't identify that and try to reach the entire market, then you are going in a wrong direction and you're going to burn a lot of money and you're going to make it unsuccessful. So money will be spent a lot doing a
For
lot of
that, actually, you
marketing
should know KYC, know your customer,
on your
and
customer.
know your space. So if I
Yeah.
want to have a sports brand, I cannot go and market it in some tier 2, tier 3 cities, right?
Yeah.
So I have to market, I don't mind spending 5x times, and I will market in a stadium because you have right people who are interested in a sport is there. So you should know your
Sports
customer and
shoes.
know your space,
Where to position.
where to
So
position. There is one beautiful book I was reading a long time ago, and with great difficulty I found it, and I just gave it to someone else, some intern. 101 Ways of Marketing. It was published in 1965, 70s, and it was some VP of Motorola. Someone I read. I make sure that every day my day starts with Economic Times. Last 16 years. Okay, I don't read Times of India, but Economic Times is one which starts with my morning tea. So there is an VP of Motorola who had told this. I was searching for that and found in Hyderabad in one old bookshop. And you must be knowing Coca-Cola, right? Okay. When they started, they used to do like how you have normal juice. They used to have a can, aluminum can, stuff and all. Then one person like you came and told me, I'm the founder. I told I'm doing good business. There's a good margin, 20-30% profit I'm making. You will come and tell me I have an idea. We'll give you multifold, but I need this share. Then I'll say, just you come with an idea and tell me, and you're demanding 10% profit on overall. Then you walk away. Okay, Vinay, you can come back to me anytime. But if you implement my idea, you will have your multi-X business like this. Then I'll say, I'm the one who's manufacturing, supply chain, sales, everything I'm handling. Then I'll say, I don't care. Then it is triggering me every night. Okay, what Rajesh told me. One idea he is giving, and it will give me multifold X in my sales. Then sleepless nights, because I'm an entrepreneur, right? Because I'll always be greedy. Yes, I'm doing now 10x. If I can give you 1000x, what is that idea could be, right? Then this again ego clash. Why should I hear from Rajesh, right? So then I thought, okay, yes, businessman. After 2 weeks, I call you up. You come down. You say, okay, yes, let's do the paperwork.
Maybe Gandhiji came in his dream, I guess. There is everything, there is something for everyone's need,
Yes,
but there is nothing for someone's greed.
greed. So I told, look, let us share the profits, right? If I'm making profit, always one is better than zero. So okay, I'll do the paperwork, and you will tell me only one word. You'll say, Vinay, you have to bottle it.
Before
Before, how used to happen in US, and I'll tell you, there were the markets. There used to be one counter. All the street vendors or owners who are doing sales, they have to, when they're thirsty or like tired, they go back to down the lane. They just have a tap, take the Coke. And every day, every 4 hours, they used to refill it. So
The
by
vending
bottling
machine.
it, what happens was, I'm not losing my customer in my shop. I can store, right? That 10 minutes, if any prospective customer comes, I may lose out. So instead of drinking one glass a day, what I'll do is I have a customer, then I will buy a crate. So everyone has a crate. Instead of selling 100 liters per day, now 100 shops has 100 bottles with them. So that's the idea how Coke became the big brand, and one idea which transformed it. So I had a mentor. He used to say when I started my career, I used to travel. He say when you're traveling, just keep your eyes and ears wide open. So when I say ears wide open is be open for your suggestions, be open for your
Criticism as well.
criticism as well. So your idea gave me now from 10x to 1000x. If I would have closed my ears, I wouldn't have done this.
True. That is what lacking in India, constructive criticism. So we are not going to take it in a positive way. So we always take it in a very negative way. That constructive criticism should be built in each and every campus, even in education sector, even in corporate life as well. So then only like India will gonna grow, and like we can build nation first. Like but that is very difficult to digest for most of Indians, because like our upbringing is not like that, like to undergo that constructive criticism, right? Okay, fine. um, like if I wanted to come back and you have built a lot of companies, right, sir? Like if I wanted to start my entrepreneurship journey in engineering days, so how I supposed to take it? ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲೇ. ನಾನು ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನು ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಬೇಕು?
So first step is to read a book by Simon Sinek. Start with why. Right? If you want to be an entrepreneur, start your this one journey by reading this book by Simon Sinek. Start with why. First, you need to define why you want to do, why you want to be an entrepreneur. Then, what you want to solve, and how you're going to solve, and then where you're going to, implement this solution, right? So, if you have answers for all these four, why, how, where,
This is
and
called as 7 wife and 1 husband. 7 wives is what, where, when, which, who. These are all 7 wife, and 1 husband is how. So this is what we always teach in engineering subjects. If you know these 7 wives and 1 husband, so all the topics will be very easy.
again implement that, no, implement in your business or in your
If I want to talk
startup.
about in layman language, okay, if a common man should understand, a teenager should understand. So if you want to build something, reach out to your parents. At least every parent would have tried building a house. Make a checklist. So if from the idea of inception of building a house, what all homework they've done. Where to buy a plot, financing, where to buy the loan, who will fund me, and after who will be my architect. So simple. I mean, layman language. Reach out to your parents. They would have got a checklist.
Yeah.
What is the time frame it takes to build a house from barren land to then what will be my operational expenses? After building a house, I was in a small 200, 500 square feet house. Now, if I want to build a 5,000 square feet house, what will be my electricity bill? What will be my water bill? Who will be the security?
There's a lot of nuances to that.
So, building a industry or a startup also will go through same things. So, after building, what size of office you need to have? What is the size of your manpower? What is your optional expenses? Salaries, overheads, taxations. So,
Compliance,
compliances.
government.
Same thing. If you ask your father, I mean, whoever wants to do it, they will say compliance from BWSSB in Bangalore if you want to build. What is the limit? What is the tax? If you want to take water source, how much you have to pay? So that itself is 100 checklist.
ಟ್ರೂ. ವೈ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಬಿಲ್ ಗೇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಬಿಲ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋಕ್ಕೂ ದುಡ್ಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಟ್ರೂ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸಮ್ ಕಾರ್ಪಸ್ which you would say that, okay, I'm going to start with this. And in ideal condition, in 6 months, you will have you would have visualized that in 6 months it's going to go, okay, I'm going to do 50 lakhs, then in another 6 months I'm going to do 1 crore, and so on and so forth. So we all have that, rosy picture when it comes to entrepreneurship. So we only see ideal conditions, but there are a lot of, factors that are uh, involved for you to grow and scale. Why would somebody wants to buy your product? Now that's another question. Like, why would they buy? So you need to answer. You need to go. You need to sell. You need to scale your business, and it's a time consuming affair. It will take its time based on how the market is. Zepto did it in 2 years, right? I mean, you can say, sir, Zepto did it in 2 years. Why not us? What space you are getting into, and how fast can you, build and scale, right? So, was the Zepto the first company who did it? No, there were few others who were already there in the market. They improved the process. That's why they were able to scale so fast.
When you start your entrepreneurship journey, it's supposed to be bootstrapped or like it should be funded by someone.
it should it should start with bootstrapping, because today funding will not happen on tissue paper, idea on tissue paper. It's not going to happen. That's long gone. It's been 15 years now. And funding will happen on traction. Funding will happen on valuation. Funding will happen on, the customers that are using your product. Funding will happen on repeat customers. So there are a lot of metrics that, the investors would, definitely look at and analyze. And the most important thing for any founder is to keep their books clean. They need to keep their books clean if they want to go in for funding. So when I say books clean, GST, TDS, salaries on time, payments to vendors on time, even if you don't take any money from the business, make sure that all other entities who are associated with you to make you grow are taken care of on time, and no late payments, nothing. So you need to keep everything, and don't use your corporate account as your savings bank account, because you need to answer uh, when you go in for funding. Why this money? They're going to ask all these questions. So keeping books clean is very much important, and knowing your finance. As a founder, you need to know your finance well. How much money is coming in, how much money is going out, how much profits I'm going to make, and how am I going to use this profit to scale my business.
A lot of students are in dilemma. Okay, they don't know how to choose their career. So assume that like your own child, will gonna come and ask you for a career guidance. What is the first question you will gonna ask them?
What makes you happy? First, think about that. What makes you happy? Now, if it's making you happy, then you should pursue that. Now, uh, if painting is something that will make you happy, explore. There is no wrong in exploring a alternate career today, because even today, somebody who is in art earns more than what a software engineer earns. To be very honest, and it's a hard reality, right? So an artist earns more. Probably would take a lot of time to get that money till you build this one. Some of the paintings today goes at $1 million, right? So this is an alternate career as well. Uh, so yeah, I would tell my child that, do what makes you happy, and if your passion becomes your profession, then there is no stopping you.
So what is one piece of advice you're gonna give it to engineering students, which is not concerned with engineering, a generalistic one?
Keep your eyes and ears wide open. hear them whoever wants to say something. See whatever you want to see, right? Because and a proper engineer is always by choice. If he is by chance, then he is clueless. He will not know. He will do something else. There are very limited students who will aspire to be an engineer, and they're the one who want to succeed in engineering. Other would have crisscrossed. So always, I have interviewed a lot of students. First question I ask him after the resume is engineering by choice or by chance? Sir, ಯಾವುದು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, so I did. That's
So,
not the way. I mean, they'll be like that everywhere. ಯಾವ ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ, I'll land up in some other job. So they should be very clear with their aspirations, what they want to become. Or else it's always a U-turn. If you think you cannot do it, don't be too late to take a U-turn.
Like you were talking about like being happy in life. Like have a lot of passion for something else. But like most of us don't know like what is my passion, how to figure out that passion.
again, that's something that the individual has to know. Sometimes work itself becomes passion. There's a lot of people who I'll give you my example itself. So I like to listen to people, like to understand what's going in their head when they're talking to somebody, and that led me to get into sales. I'm a engineer by uh, whatever
Chance.
chance or chance, but a sales guy by choice. So in my engineering time, I always had this, I wanted to meet people, I wanted to talk to people, spend more time listening and talking, having conversations. So that is makes them more you know grounded, and they can move forward.
No, for this, there's a solution because it has happened to in my personal life as well. So you should start socializing. Okay, you will not know your capabilities. Someone else will identify it. This happened to me when why I chose this. I got campus recruited when I was in my engineering, and there were so many around 6, 7 colleges had come, and only 2 they selected. Then I asked. There were so many round of interviews. It was a multinational company from the US. I asked the HR closely. Okay, they were noting down on my resume. What did they write down? Then the constructive feedback what with the panel members were, this candidate is suitable for a sales or a service job. Then all my engineers were saying, being an engineer, sales and service, what are you talking about? And I told, if someone else is identifying me, which I myself am not able to know at that age, so then, okay, yes, I think that triad is there. Let's not think too much. Let's go with that because there are 6, 7, 8, 10 people who have identified, okay, yes, you have this triad. He will excel in this triad. So blindly accept it. Because when you don't know what you want to become, you'll be too immature in that age. You'll not know what you want. Maybe after some time, someone say, okay, Vinay, you are a good singer. You should have been a singer. Because that happens only by socializing it. You are a bathroom singer and you never sing in front of anyone. Nobody will know it. So,
And to add on to what Vinay was saying, yeah, networking is
networking.
very
Networking
much
is your net
important.
worth.
Yeah.
So
So
you have
you
to
need to talk
socialize.
to people. You need to understand. Passion. Yeah, like if you don't know, somebody else will identify and tell you.
And someone will, because you not be an introvert always, right? So human beings are social beings. You have to socialize. Then only, I mean, socializing and networking is that only. Someone else will identify, okay, yes, what you have, which you yourself wouldn't have understood what you can do.
Most of the students will gonna think that like, so after graduating for like after graduating of engineering, so I've read for like around 21 years, I've learned many things, but I'm not landing up in any of the job. So what is your advice for them?
Keep at it. Keep practicing. Uh, so this is something that I keep telling most of the students. Uh, if you want to eat a good biryani, right? What is it required? To eat a good biryani, you need to make a good biryani. To make a good biryani, you need to have the right ingredients. To have the right ingredients, you need to go and buy them. Make sure that it is right. So these ingredients are all your skills, and buying it from the right places is very much important. Having it put in right proportion is also very much important, so that the flavors come out. Now, for any students who wants to get into a job, they need to be like those ingredients. uh, you know Put everything in the right proportion. Make sure that there is also find one mentor. Students should find one mentor, with whether it can be within the institution or outside. Reach out to people who, what based on your aspiration, you see somebody out in the market or somebody who is at a very good position in any of the organization. Try using LinkedIn as a medium to reach out to them. Have a mentor, so that will actually help them to shape up their career choices, and also they will help them in their direction. So having a mentor, having the right skill sets, and sharpening those skill sets, and being patient, and keep practicing to make a good product at the end of the day.
This is pre-employment. So in post-employment, last 20, 30 years, big corporates, big companies had this program. When they hire fresh grads, there is always a mentor and a mentee concept. Every grad will have a mentor. So today, if I want to remember my mentor, because we had in a corporate, every candidate, I had a mentor. Every grad had a mentor to be mentored to become an engineer, to professional. So likewise, if you don't have that option, so you need to have mentor within your family, friends, or outside, or
Wherever,
LinkedIn.
look
For
for
the mentor.
right one who can guide you, and give you the right direction. That's something which is very important for a student to today, to have that, and then build on top of it.
Yeah, after 20 years, my mentor recently messaged me. No news. Where are you these days? So, and don't miss the connect. Stay connected.
Okay. So if you see a government service, like under secretary, deputy secretary, additional secretary, principal secretary, chief secretary, like this, there is a ladder. How to climb a ladder? Like if you come to public sector, like based on their experience and SR service record, all these things, they will be considered for a promotion. How the promotion will gonna happen in a lot of corporate companies?
So in corporates, the climbing up the ladder is based on how you perform, how much extra that you can do, not extra hours, but how fast and how efficient you can deliver things that is required for the institute or the organization to grow. So how much you bring onto the table, all these things matters.
Yeah, now we're going to play quick rapid fire questions
Interesting
round.
part of
Okay.
the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Placement package or job satisfaction?
uh,
Placement package or job satisfaction?
I'll say both. Can I choose both?
Yeah, you
Anyone, you
can,
choose one,
but
I'll
like
choose
you
one.
have to choose one. Or means one.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's always one.
Yeah.
Binary answer, 0 or 1.
0 or 1. Okay.
Uh, uh,
Job satisfaction for me.
Job satisfaction.
I
So for
will go
you?
with other one because
Hmm.
see, you can talk so many things,
Hmm.
right? But when you have package, when you have money with you, you can redefine a lot of things.
Okay. A core job or IT job?
Depends on the stream what they
Depend
have.
on the
If
stream what
4 years, if they spent,
For you, like which is like if you are from electronics background or like computer science background or from mechanical background, so is it a core job or IT job? Which one you will gonna choose?
I will choose core job because I don't regret.
Hmm.
I'm an electrical engineer myself.
Hmm.
Then all through years, I've been in that same
I
thing.
will add another option to that. Uh, my
Marketing job.
interest, my
Marketing job.
aspiration.
Okay.
I'll choose what I would like, because the answer is not there in that. I'm an electrical engineer, but I chose to be in sales. So
So it's
Okay.
always see. Okay, I mean, it's a graduation course. I mean, after that you have to master it.
Hmm.
So if you ask me what is my engineering degree, I'll say electrical engineer. But my master's is international trade and business management.
Okay. So it was engineering background.
Electronics and
Okay.
then marketing, MBA in marketing.
Okay. Uh, like, what is your suggestion? Like, higher studies or job right after BE?
Job right after BE,
Hmm.
work for 2 years.
Hmm.
Then if you want to do something else, figure out like what you want to do, either MBA or MTech. You want to at least know what you are getting into.
Okay. Communication skills or technical skills, which is more important?
Both.
One, if you
Communication
want to
skills.
choose. Okay.
Because you have to communicate. You
So
can
I
do
will.
it at least.
I'll
How
contradict
will
with
do it?
Vinay there.
Okay.
If you just communicate, if you don't know technical, then how you are going to excel in the any space? No, both is required.
Communication is important. I stick on to it because nobody is going to see your what is your CGPA in. This happened to me even. I mean, I've told you my experience of.
Hmm.
I told you, okay, you don't ask me what I studied in fourth semester. I cannot tell. Or give me a time, I'll come back. But you let me know what you want.
Hmm.
So when communication skill is not only the language you talk about,
Hmm.
the confidence you exhibit.
Okay. One app or tool every engineering student should learn before they graduate.
They should have healthcare app.
Okay.
I'm just marketing, But then there are a lot of tools today. They should definitely, learn how to use AI tools today. It's non-negotiable.
Okay. So see a lot of world, like, which is safe, government job or private job?
You can be a safe player.
Hmm.
If you're an engineer, if you think in those aspects, you're injustifying as an engineer.
Okay.
Don't play a safe game.
Yeah. If you ask me, binary government job.
Okay. Okay. LinkedIn or resume, which fetches your job?
Uh, it's a kind of both are. I mean, see, the questions are
Is
very.
it for a fresher or
Is it for a
in
fresher
general
or
you're
in
talking about?
general?
In general, which matters
LinkedIn.
most? LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Okay. Startup or MNC for a fresher?
Startup.
I will say MNC.
Okay.
I'll tell you why MNC again.
Hmm.
Because a startup will have some constraints, challenges. MNC has systems. You will not say deviate.
Now, if you want me to justify, startups you will learn a lot of things.
Okay.
When you might be the first employee or a second employee of that company. You will learn all the aspects
From
of
the
the business.
grassroots level, yeah. One word to describe today's engineering student.
Clueless.
Clueless. We both say clueless because they don't know what they want.
And it's not only right now. When we completed our engineering, we were also clueless.
Okay.
It's those times there used to be a terminology called VUCA,
Okay.
VUCA, very volatile because I mean we graduated where there was a Lehman Brothers and Merrill Lynch crash out.
2008.
2008, yeah.
So wrong time to graduate,
Yeah.
but luckily I'm just saying. So this gonna happen. This bubble happens every 7 to 10 years.
Yeah, bubble burst.
Bubble burst.
It's there.
Hmm.
And you can expect something very soon.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
The AI bubble.
Yeah, AI is not a new thing, like, because see, AI
It's
was
there. I mean, it's not that new thing, but then the way
Because
it
I
has
always
been.
used to tell this, like, when computers hit the market, like, everyone will gonna say that, like, people who are using the books, so they're gone. Okay, so they're not gonna have any job. It's nothing like that. Like, people
They
adapted
adopted
to
it.
it, and like Y2K problem when internet came, like, people said that, like, there won't be any jobs. Now, yeah, people are gonna adapt to it, but it takes some time. That's it.
I
Okay,
hope you.
confidence.
I hope you answered your first question.
Okay.
You yourself answered that question.
Yeah.
You have to, okay, I will add again. You told adaptability. If you go to life sciences, the first thing what microorganism was amoeba, right?
Yeah.
Amoeba takes up shape wherever it wants to
goes.
be.
Yeah, water.
So, yes, engineer has to adapt. He should shape up how he wants to be for that environments.
Fill the gap.
Fill the gap. He will shape up.
Confidence or communication, which gets you hired first?
Confident communication.
Confident communication. Okay. Okay. Thank you. On this note, like we're gonna end this podcast. Thank you for sharing so many things. Hope so. Like we're gonna continue this podcast again and again so that we can give a lot of insights for the students in the corporate world. So we wish we're gonna come back to the campus again and again for this show. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Adarsh and
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Pradeep.
Rajesh.
Rajesh.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you.